Yo, what it do, man? This your boy Jit Chronicles, BLKTV, man. This is the first pilot episode of BLKTV. You know what I'm saying? Right here on YouTube. What it do? Let me just tell y'all something before we get into this. As I said before, this first episode is kind of like my pilot. It's really my groundhog radio confessions. You understand what I'm saying? So to say. But I just want to spit at y'all on some real shit real quick. Man, do y'all know your boy was in here trying on different shirts, what I'm gonna wear, what kind of hat I'm gonna put on, just all types of crazy shit, man. And in the middle of doing that, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? I was so uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? You in your own house. This the shit you put on when you're around your house. You throw on a cap. Get comfortable. So to all my people out there, man, you know, people always say fake it till you make it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person that when I'm uncomfortable, I can't be myself. You know what I'm saying? So in any situation, just make sure you're comfortable. And this is how we gonna ride BLKTV. Goddamn it, I don't give a damn if my barber was in New Mexico and couldn't get to me. We still gonna do this show. You understand what I'm saying, man? But it's definitely a vast difference between doing this streaming shit as opposed to groundhog radio, which y'all know I've been doing for the last 14 years. You know what I'm saying? We ain't go through all this on groundhog radio. Real talk.
Hey, tell me, how was it behind the scenes of Groundhog Radio?
Well, the damn show wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? As far as Groundhog Radio, which y'all know our parent company was Blog Talk Radio, you know, so with our show, you could enter the studio space in, 15 minutes prior to the show. And not to say that any of us on the cast needed that time, because usually we would take that 15 minutes, man. We be in that bitch, we ranking on each other, we talking or whatever the case may be. But if we had anything that we wanted to go over as far as topics and all that, usually that would be what that space was for, that extra 15 minutes before the show. And mind you, the show was live. We was live on Blog Talk. Yo, we never pre-recorded, probably a show or two over the 14 years, man, but mostly all of our shows were live. You know what I'm saying? So I will say behind the scenes, you didn't give a fuck what you put on because you couldn't see us. You know what I'm saying? And we had that 15-minute grace if we wanted to prep, So again, it is a vast difference between this streaming shit and being on the podcast where you don't necessarily have to see nobody's face, if that answers your question.
Okay. So tell me this, though. What do you think contributed to the show's success?
What do I think contributed to the show? Well, one thing about Groundhog Radio, the show was so relatable. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like, again, it all comes down to being yourself. Just like how I told y'all, I was uncomfortable trying this on, trying to look good for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Just come in that motherfucker, be yourself. So definitely the show being relatable. I feel like we broke barriers. We opened doors for these reality radio panel shows, because there was no panel shows. Hell, it wasn't even, the word podcast wasn't even out when Groundhog Radio started. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we put all panel shows on the map. If you look at it right now, all these shows got 4-5 hosts. You know what I'm saying? And Groundhog Radio was the first to do that. So I feel like being innovative and just being relatable to the average person. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a big success for GHR. Definitely would say that.
Good. In your opinion, though, how much time would you say goes into putting together a show or podcast?
Oh man, and it depends on what type of show you got. I know for us on Groundhog Radio, me being behind the scenes as well, and you being the EP, we always try to stay 2 weeks ahead of the schedule. You know what I'm saying? As far as what we're gonna talk about, who the guest's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But on some real shit, it's almost like a second job, a second full-time job. I got my first full-time job, and I felt like Groundhog Radio, and I feel like a lot of people think that you can just up and just do a podcast one day. That's not how it works. You gotta, how the shit gonna sound, how your audio gonna sound. You know what I'm saying? How is the panel gonna get along with each other and stuff like that. So it's time consuming. The shit'll make you want to tap out. It's been plenty of times, man. I was like, you know what? I ain't built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot. It takes a lot behind the scenes. I can definitely say that. I don't know if I answered your question correctly, but it's very much time consuming.
Most definitely. Was there a cast member on the show that you didn't get along with?
All on? No. Woo! That's the hot seat question. I wouldn't necessarily say, because for me, it's never that deep. I wouldn't never necessarily say who I didn't get along with. I feel like it was some cast members on the show, like we had a great banter back and forth. Like, let's take Trigger. He goes by the name of Dolo these days. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me and him had a good back and forth when the show first started. Carter, he know how to get in there and do the goddamn thing. Some people, we just know how to go back and forth with each other. Me and Dope Ass Music. So I wouldn't necessarily say we didn't get along. Now, it was cast members that didn't get along. We won't go there. We might talk about that in part 2. You know what I'm saying? But I never felt it was so deep, like where it was some real beef. And to be real honest with you, if it was a cast member I didn't get along with, they was gone long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just leave it at that because I was about to say something, but I'm trying to keep it politically correct. I don't want nobody mad at me tomorrow, but it was one cast member recently. They only lasted one season, and I swear to God, if that motherfucker would have turned the next season, I was gonna eat him up. You dig? But that's about it. But go ahead with your next question, sir.
Well, like you said earlier, though, Reinhardt Radio went off the air after 14 years in January.
Yeah, correct.
Were you ready for that to end?
No. Now, on some real shit, we was completely blindsided by that. Now, what I will say is, production-wise, I knew in November that Blog Talk Radio was going out of business. I think we was on one of our breaks, like a holiday break, and it was me who said, hey, man, let's wait till our break over with. We come back, we'll talk, to the cast and the audience and let them know that the show was over with. So no, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of crazy because we came out in 2011, and I believe Blog Talk Radio started like in 2006. So Blog Talk was a platform already out before Groundhog Radio even existed. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely unexpected. I will say this. The season that we left off on, I was coming back for another season, but I knew that I would be doing BLKTV on YouTube, so I was going to take some time off anyway, but I definitely wasn't expecting the show to end. And for the record, I do want to let people know, I already had this concept, this BLKTV shit. I already had this concept when I was on Groundhog Radio, so this ain't nothing new. Yeah. It was definitely something that we didn't expect. My bad.
Okay.
The brown liquor.
What would you say was your biggest success or regrets on the show?
My biggest success or regrets? My biggest success, that's a damn good question. I'm going to say this. Again, Groundhog Radio put panel shows on the map. And I will say in 2016, and I believe in 2017, Groundhog Radio, we was getting recognized, you know what I'm saying, by the North Florida Independent Music Awards, also the Diamond Awards, you know what I'm saying, with bigger ranking and stuff like that. So that I felt was very successful. Groundhog Radio, we was on iHeart Radio, iTunes. We still is to this day. And that's another thing that people don't know. You can still go back and check out all old episodes of Groundhog Radio. We on all on major platforms. And my biggest regret, I would say, in this game, in this media game, I really lost some people that I was really friends with. You understand what I'm saying? And I guess that's what happens in business sometimes. But it was some people that I was super close with. And I'm talking about all the way to you coming to my motherfucking house. You understand what I'm saying? And, it's kind of crazy that we're no longer friends. So I've lost a lot of friends doing this media shit. But I also want to say this. I would highly suggest you not do a show, a podcast, a panel with your, real friend and with your real friend in real life or your best friend. Like, don't come on and do no show. It's gonna fuck up your relationship. It's gonna fuck up your friendship. I'm telling you that now. That's just like you bringing your husband or wife on the panel show. It's gonna fuck up. I'm telling you that now. No family members. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring your cousins, aunties, none of that. If you want to keep all those relationships intact, don't bring that shit to that media shit, because you will lose friends in this media shit. And I'm a person that has lost friends, several of them.
Okay. I just have one more question. What advice would you give a person who wanted to start a podcast?
Oh man, that's easy. Be your motherfucking self. Be yourself. If you can't be yourself, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? So be yourself. Always go for the gusto. I always say that. Definitely go for the gusto. And don't be afraid to take risks. That's how Ground Hard Radio, how we got our name out there, man. We took several different risks. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? But the train still got to the station. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever be afraid to take risks when it comes to this media shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. That's what it is, man. Again, y'all, this is just a pilot. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see how shit roll. I still don't know how to drop the link and all that. I got to call Carter Mafioso, and so he can help me out with that part. But and then the phone rang. This is another reason why you can't do shit. Hold the line, goddamn. We're gonna be ghetto and take it. Hello. Hey. I don't know what day, but what's it's not ringing up or something?
Oh no, it's ringing up, but it's at a red alert.
Oh, okay. So that means after I pulled them, that means that somebody came, a vendor came and redropped them. So if it's saying pull, you should pull all of them and put them behind the counter. All right. And I'm on YouTube, like, so I mean your conversation, I don't know if they can hear you, but yeah, it's all good. But that's how it is when you're the boss, right? But no, if you pull them for me and put them behind the counter, I'll make sure somebody take care of them in the morning. All right, darling. I appreciate you. All right. I will. All right, bye-bye. See, leave me alone, goddamn it. I wouldn't be all on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I did want to throw this out too. My next episode is actually going to be a live episode. So before I recorded this, because obviously the first episode going to be pre-recorded, I was in here. Let me see how I can remove that real quick. I was in here preparing my notes for my very first guest. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing, chilling all day, phone ringing nonstop. But I just wanted to come on here and just, share some shit with y'all. Ground Hard Radio shit. Had the EP exclusively in the building for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So everything worked out. I just appreciate y'all supporting me. Once again, man, make sure you get the Black Layer King TV on YouTube, BLKTV-1. Subscribe, man. I need some subscribers, goddammit. I need a little bit of pocket change to the Cash App. I need y'all to really fuck with your boy. You know what I'm saying, man? But once again, that's BLKTV on YouTube, goddammit. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good shit, man. And get ready for an amazing season of BLK TV coming real soon, man. I'm your boy, Jit Chronicles, and I'm out. Peace.